If you guys have ever played Minecraft or Roblox or any sandbox game for that matter, chances are you've probably heard of a little thing called Deathrun. Oh, what's that? You haven't heard of Deathrun. Well, that's not my fault you're living under a rock. Who are you people? Today we're going to be testing your endurance, your agility, and your ability to make coordinated tactical decisions in 5 impossible Fortnite Deathrun courses that you'll never beat. And if you manage to beat these, you, my friend, deserve a firm handshake. And we'll be giving away to anyone that can beat these courses a $5 Subway coupon. Oh, what's that? I'm hearing from my sponsors that they're no longer doing the $5 footlong. Well, this has been an unfortunate occurrence. That's besides the point anyway. Welcome back to Top 5 Gaming. Smash like, subscribe. Let's get this. Let's get right into Top 5 Gaming. Number 5. Cizzorz Deathrun. You guys know Cizzorz. Deathrun style courses of all varieties were something to be expected with the release of Creative. But what the community brought us was beyond a lot of people's expectations. One streamer most of you have probably heard of, known as Cizzorz, really helped shine a light on how good creative mode could be. He designed a basic but intricate 9-stage Deathrun course. It didn't involve using equipment except for the final stage, which involved a grappling hook. Your main skill factor here was your ability to control the character and its basic movement actions to navigate through the course. But he also offered thousands of dollars, free merch, and a massive shout-out prize for whoever could complete it in the fastest time. Already being quite a popular streamer, his competition quickly blew up. Not only were his viewers and other people at home attempting to complete this, but nearly every major streamer you can think of that plays Fortnite gave it a go for themselves. There were a few basic rules like no deploy, but Cizzorz did allow shortcuts if you were sneaky enough to find any. The fastest time in the end was 3 minutes and 17.8 seconds by a player known as Cizzorz. It was barely over a second faster than second place at 3 minutes and 19. Stage 1 was your standard warm-up phase, starting off with a 5 jump gap, and obviously you have the spikes trapped below for if you fail. Then as you move on to stage 2, you see just how big this Deathrun really gets. You've got to jump gaps with frozen feet and work your way up and around the room, but Cizzorz manages to find a shortcut that gets him straight to the stage 3, where we see a few bounce pads introduced to the course. From here, the course just gets harder and harder. Each stage has a slightly different theme to it, and even some pro players like Liquid Vivid spend over half a day just trying to complete one stage. So the fact that Cizzorz manages to clean run this entire course with no deaths in only 3 minutes 17 is insane. And in number 4, we've got Cizzorz Deathrun 2.0. Okay, so I know we've just done one Cizzorz Deathrun, but if you didn't get a chance to compete in his first one, then you may have time for his new version. As of making this video, Cizzorz hasn't quite finished the map. His Deathrun 2.0 is in its final stages, and any day now, you can expect to see a new upload from him starting the competition. I'll tell you though, it doesn't look pretty, folks. Hands down, if I even managed to complete this thing, it would probably take me at least a week. On the other hand though, Cizzorz has added some new and interesting ideas that'll be fun to attempt. Something that's particularly good about this course is the beginning room that has multiple corridors which lead off to nearly every stage in the game. This way, if there's one particular section you want to try out or practice on, you can instantly go there, avoiding the other stages before it. Unfortunately though, the new creative mode does come with a risk. With having lots of people in the lobby, you can easily end up getting trolled. Maybe you've given everyone editing permission, but then someone joins without you noticing, or someone you know just decides to be that guy. But before you know it, they've gone around deleting a ton of stuff. This is exactly what happened to Cizzorz on his Deathrun 2.0. Hours of work deleted in seconds, and this has been the main delay on this Deathrun, but we should be seeing it back up and ready to go soon, ready for you all to attempt that speedrun. And in at number 3, we've got Bonsai Bros Obstacle Course. If you're looking for something a bit more fast-paced than this Deathrun, this obstacle course might be a good distraction for you. Created by Bonsai Bros, this map is not the only thing to gain popularity fast. Bonsai Bros only started his channel a month ago, and within a few videos has 10,000 subscribers, showing you just how much people are appreciating these amazing map building skills. The only problem with fast-paced maps is that they tend to be short and sweet. Luckily, this obstacle course still takes a few minutes at least to complete even on a clean run. The game will start you off in a trippy disco mirror-style room made completely out of small cubes, which, considering how many you see around the map, must have taken him a pretty long time. But definitely worth it considering the awesome effect that it gives you. As you make your way through the hallway, though, you'll come out into a massive opening with only one way to go up, and the walls are all covered in spike traps. This death run's main focus seems to be around your grappling hook skills. The course is mixed up with a lot of different themes, including golf cart sections, freeze trap race zones, and even a maze area. Now, just because he makes it look easy in this video doesn't mean it'll be the same when you go for it. Although, with all the disco lights and fast-paced sections, I don't think it's going to be easy to hold back and take my time on this course. It's the type of death run where you just want to go for it and you can have a bunch of fun all at the same time. And in at number 2, we've got the impossible death run, Nox, aka Satan. It seems that for now, the main build style a lot of these death runs and obstacle courses are using is the black, white, and orange structures that you can find in the creative prefabs. A lot of these maps need a ton of walls to prevent people from falling out or cheating, and most structures have some form of a pattern, whether it's brick or paint, and they can tend to get a little distracting when it's everywhere. So these more futuristic style builds give off that clean, smooth look, allowing you and everyone else to focus on the problem of not dying and instead thinking about how annoying the striped walls are. That's why when you're completing death runs as big as this one, you don't really want anything else except your lack of skills annoying you, and it takes a lot of patience to complete these things, and Nox, who's nicknamed Satan, has built a map that fits the title. Every stage is fairly big, even at the beginning, and the checkpoints aren't too close together, even on certain stages, and this death run will truly test you. There's launch pads used in a lot of the stages and in a whole variety of ways. Certain stages have multiple paths that you can take, and there's, spoiler alert, even windows you need to jump through using jump fatigue. It's a crazy in-depth map, and if you're the type of person that thinks they could handle anything, I challenge you to complete it yourself and let us know your best time. And as for the honorable mentions, we've got Ninja's Warrior Course. For this episode's honorable mention, we thought we'd take it back to a land that time forgot. Playground mini games. Okay, so I know it's only been a month or two, but having the ability to save our maps has just been so helpful. On Playground, you'd spend 20 to 50 minutes sometimes building the thing just so that you could play it for a brief moment and then have it completely wiped from existence. But given that this was the only opportunity at the time that we had to create whatever you liked, it didn't stop many people from still creating some amazing builds in only an hour. This was the first time we really got to see any real death run style games come to Fortnite. And with only having access to your normal building materials, you'd find a lot of courses like this one by YouTube 7, Mr. T-Lexify, Storm, and Time for Gamers. Using only items you could find and the edits you could make, they quickly set about making a brilliant little death run course. They even had a trap room like you see in a lot of the modern death runs. At the time, this was made in July of last year. This trap dodging was a fairly new tactic, which meant a lot more deaths, and there's only so much they can do with Playground. But with the new creative mode, the sky's the limit. I'd be lying if I didn't say it's kind of like Minecraft all over again, which excites me. That kind of, I freaking loved all of those custom maps, man. That just brings me back. And if Fortnite's creative update can do that as well, it could really blow up. We could see Hunger Games and all kinds of stuff. You'll have to let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see more of these types of videos involving creatives' epic builds. But in at number 1, we've got Lord Spinkingham's obstacle course. So we've seen some crazy difficult death runs. We've seen the fast-paced, non-stop death runs, and we've even revisited some old-school death runs. But what about a death run that'll hurt your brain just about as much as the Spikes traps do? This course, created by Lord Spinkingham, has a problem-solving touch added throughout. So spoiler alert, dungeon solvers, Zelda fans, get hyped. We will be giving a few solutions away as we show you the map. It's a lot more slow-paced than most other death runs and involves you having to figure out a clue every now and then. It's similar to problem-solving tasks you might find in games like Zelda, Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, etc. Except on this occasion, there's still a lot of spike traps. Unfortunately, creative mode doesn't have the prefab or pit full of snakes just yet, but every single room except for the first and the last room will have instructions on the wall that give you a clue on how to solve the problem. For example, on room 2, you only have a rift to go to get out of the room, but when you use it, you'll get killed by the spike traps. On the wall is a green light next to a blue block and a red light next to an orange block. In this death run, green lights are supposed to represent yes or safe. Now, when you look down, you can see the floor is orange with blue lines. Use the rift when you're on the blue lines and you'll be safe and able to avoid the traps. I won't give too much away in case you want to try it for yourself, but it's a nice Deathrun for those of you that think you know everything about Fortnite and how it works. It'll test your knowledge and your patience. But that has been our list of the top 5 impossible Fortnite Deathrun courses that you'll never beat. Be sure to click the like button if you've enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, push notifications on, be sure to tap that bell, and where are you keeping it? You're keeping it here on top 5. Oh, and before we say that, before we wrap it up, make sure to show some love to all of the creators that made these maps in the comment section below. That is the main idea of this series, is that if it gets enough likes, we can make it into a regular series, but we need to see the love and support on the video. You guys need to destroy the freaking like button. If you destroy the like button enough, we'll keep doing the series, we'll keep accepting suggestions, and we'll keep looking at your creative courses, and we'll even open up an email where you guys can submit videos showing them off, and then we'll showcase them in the series. So if you want your name featured, we'll probably be doing some motion graphics that we have come on screen with like an overlay, and you can see exactly whose creations they are. But make sure to show some love to all of the people that made this video possible. And yeah, keep it here on Top 5 Gaming. Peace.